Driving on the stretch of the North Industrial Area that connects giant industries like Cowbell, Latest Foam, and Fan Milk Limited is a pleasant experience that seems to say, "Welcome home, business thrives here." Despite the heavy haulage of industrial products manufactured here, the road remains in top shape. A few meters away is the Odeneho Loop off the Otublohum Road, also in the North Industrial Area, and driving on that road was a little short of dreadful. The road doled out no compliments to the cluster of factories, warehouses, and multi-million-dollar companies here, nor the revenue they generate in taxes. The volumes of stagnant water on the stretch, days after rains, highlighted the multiplicity of potholes on the stretch that slow down vehicular movement. Drivers here are least enthused as the unnecessary slowdown of movement literally means a slowdown in business and contributions to the economy.
It feels like a very bad relationship. That's what I have to say. A very, very bad relationship. That's how it feels like.
Why do you say so?
I say so because I want everybody to relate to it. These factories that are using or they ply these roads pay taxes, okay, and they do their best, they do their part. So it's upon the government to use those taxes that they pay to also fix the roads for them to use. So when they look at the amount they are paying as taxes and how structures are being put in place to make sure the taxes keep coming, and they take those monies from them. So they don't understand why after paying those taxes I should use another money that I'm using to do something else to come and fix the road that I'm paying taxes that it should be fixed.
You can follow this year. I want you to be now a prayer was okay. And then there's a scanning. There's a bedroom from Saturday up to the Minyalo to fire. We count a Virginia says.
The drivers are not the only ones who are frustrated. The Service Center Supervisor for Melcom, Christian Amajoji, whose company, together with others, collectively file thousands, if not millions of cedis in taxes annually in this enclave, is also upset by the state of the road.
We came here 7 years ago, but then the road was a little bit okay. But recently, like 5 to this time now, you can see everything. The erosion have taken place. When it rains, the whole place becomes flooded. And it's like at the junction there, when you get to that place, it's very bad, very bad. They're very bad. We cannot even access the road when it's raining. Because if customers have to apply this road and then it's like they call you, your item is ready, and they are coming, they make that place. Either they park there and then walk through the rain, and you come, you have to carry the TV or whatever it is and follow them to the junction. It's very pathetic sometimes.
If you think the potholes on this stretch qualify to be called ponds, then you will also agree what's ahead is a mini lagoon that is taking over nearly the entire portion of the road. But what's most scandalizing is the proximity of the Kaneshie Medium Taxpayer Office of the Ghana Revenue Authority to the bad road. The nuisance the impoverished road causes businesses swarmed around the taxman deepens the disaffection of taxpayers in relation to their civic duties.
During the dry season, the dust is crazy. Like you open our windows, you open the doors, and you have dust everywhere. But of course, for a country like Ghana, dust is like you can at least manage that compared to in the in the rainy season. And when it rains, this whole place gets flooded to the point that at some point some of us have to wait for the rain to subside before we can drive home. There are instances where even the gutters get choked and it gets smelly, and it's so uncomfortable working here. I don't know why it's happening so, because the roads adjoining just close by has been tarred. So we're hoping that very soon it will be fixed, but it's been like this for so long.
I requested to speak to the taxman. I was declined an interview on record, but with the camera turned away, he tells me the state of the road is bad press for their work, which is pivotal in raising revenue for national development. Refreshingly, I was informed that businesses were not avoiding taxes as a result, since there were penalties to be paid. But listening to the business operators, it is obvious the roads are a disincentive for filing their taxes.
Well, for the tax, had it not been the fact that it's mandatory, like you have to pay, probably some of us will consider not paying, because I don't see how I pay taxes and I drive through this this kind of road, especially for the fact that they are just opposite the road, and they also experience the road. There are times where you get some of the guys trying to fill with sand and all that, but it doesn't work. It's really difficult, especially when we get clients or even our colleagues from outside Ghana joining us, and they say, oh, Knauf, and you are in this neighborhood with this kind of road just in front of you. So if it can be fixed like ASAP, we will be so glad.
Looking around, I observed a sign indicating a local church had funded the construction of the drains in the area. In digging deeper, I was informed the church spent close to 1 million cedis on some of the drains, as it was waiting for the central government to fulfill its side of the bargain by fixing the road. Stephen QUARCOO just filed taxes for his company, and he had this to say.
GRS is a phase of government when it comes to revenue mobilization. So it is just fair and nice that right in front of your house should be placed. So at least in front of GRA, they should fix the road. The very place you pick you collect your taxes, access to the place is even bad.
City News' efforts to get response from the Roads and Highways Ministry has not been fruitful yet. A close look at some of the drains shows that any contractor scheduled to work on the road will need to construct a resilient drainage system here to hold the huge volumes of water that have in the past flooded the area and eroded roadworks.
So imagine this extreme case of fire outbreak in this enclave on the night of flooding. It will be difficult for firefighters to salvage stuff or even fight fire. So for the investors who have invested millions of dollars in this enclave, it's not only important this road is fixed for the ease of doing business, but even for the safety of their goods, for which they pay millions of dollars in taxes, which comes to government as revenue. They're only asking the government prioritizes fixing this portion of the road. For City News, I am Caleb Kuda.